Ever wonder what it's like to live in a cozy New England cottage? Join us as we transform our simple ranch home into a comfy cottage. Each week, we work towards improving, maintaining, and beautifying our home and garden, all on a tight budget.
Hey there.
So this week we're outside again. We have some random projects going on. We're building a cool project, like a fake window and something to go under it, and we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
We're fixing up some projects that have been needing some maintenance, and transplanting, cleaning up a little more of the garden.
Right.
Yeah.
We've got some rain going on lately. It's not as quite as hot, so we can do a little transplanting that we like to do. So now's the time to do that. And a little repair on the driveway, little project going on over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We have a bit of a washout. We have a regular tar driveway, and then we have some pebbles. So we're going to kind of fix where the pebbles keep getting washed out. So we're going to work on that as well. Unfortunately, Paul's going to be doing, for like the third week in a row, he's going to be doing a lot of the work, unfortunately, because I have done something to my back, and I'm not going to be doing a lot of the work. So Paul will be doing that, and I'll try to pitch him where I can. But sorry, I've not been on here for a while. I do miss you guys. I do miss doing the videos, but I'm taking it very carefully because I've injured it before, and I definitely pushed myself to the brink. So because of that, Paul's going to be doing some of the work. While we're here, I wanted to tell you an update on our grass. As you know, we kind of redid the whole grass.
Reseeded everything, yeah.
Yeah, so we got it down to bare soil. We dug it all up and did that. And we had, if you notice in your area, same for us, we get what's called a red thread. So
yeah, with the fungus, with all the rain we've been getting, we got red thread fungus that took out a lot of brand new grass. So we have some bare spots and dead spots, so I reseeded, and we're just waiting for that to kick in.
It's a bit frustrating. I just wanted to tell you that because I know I said I would update you and show you. I cannot show you. I'm sure in videos you'll see little bits of it.
It's
embarrassing.
It
is, and I can't
terrible.
keep it out of the camera sometimes. I really don't want to show that. But it's probably good that I show you a little bit so you understand that this can happen. But we did everything right. We've been doing all the things we need to on the grass. It's just that rain. When it comes often and for a long time, and it just goes on and on for days and days, which we had a period where it did.
Weeks.
It just really did. And I know everyone, I have family in the Midwest, they're also getting that. So everyone's kind of getting this for some reason at certain times of the year. That's been going on for a couple of years. So we're hoping this kind of tapers off and that we can kind of repair it and maybe prevent it in the future. But I will show you an update when we get to it. It may not be till the fall, but I promise you I will. But we have been working on that. I just wanted to give you a quick update.
Yeah.
If you've not been here before, I'm Gina.
I'm Paul.
And this is Brambleberry Cottage. We hope that you'll enjoy our video of garden maintenance and some fixer-uppers and some cool projects as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. So a few months ago we picked up this old mirror from the side of the road, figuring we'd find a use for it. And my darling Gina has come up with a great idea. So we are going to sand it down a little bit, just a little, because it's a little rough in some spots. It is missing a pane of glass, unfortunately, but that's not going to be a real big problem for our project. So I'm going to just give it a quick sand, and then we'll put it to use. And by the way, drop cloths for a small project, shower curtain liners. After they've been used up, I know Gina likes to change them out a couple times a year. An old shower curtain liner, run it through the wash. It's a great little drop cloth. I'm going to screw in one end and it's going to hang droop down, and then I'm going to level it and screw in the other side. This is the remains of my wood chip pile where it spilled over the edge of the tarp. Time to do a little cleanup there. Also time to weed this rock driveway. So every year in the summertime, where our driveway meets our pea stone driveway, we get these washouts. And we get the nice big rainstorms. So today I'm going to do something about it. I've been thinking about it for a while now. I'm going to dig up a trench along the edge here and fill that trench with some larger stones, and hopefully that'll create a little drain situation where we won't get these washouts. Now these are just rocks I've had on hand. They're not the ideal thing. Trap rock would be the best drainage here, but got these on hand, so I'm going to make them work. A couple times a year I like to rake out the pea stone driveway just to get rid of the high spots and low spots, tire tracks, kind of level it out a little bit. It's kind of like a Zen garden experience for me when I rake it out. It's very nice. I really hope this new drainage edging will work out in the driveway. I guess we'll see when the next storm comes. So we're planning on putting a window box under this window on the side of the shed. So I went rummaging through my wood pile to see what I could find. I'm kind of limited on what I have that's that long, but I found something that might work. So I've got these 2x6s. They're not ideal for this, but I think they're going to work anyways. I'm going to rip one of them down so that I can make get the proper dimensions. So my construction for this is fairly simple, maybe too simple. Plan is something like this. And I've got this other piece of 2x6 that I'm going to cut to the right size to fill in the ends. Attach them all with nails, and then I'm going to put them up on brackets up on the shed under the window. We use these brackets to support the shelf. And make sure I get them in the studs. So I've drilled some drainage holes in the bottom of this. Now I'm going to add some clay pebbles that I had on hand. For drainage.
So we had some creeping phlox in the front. They didn't seem to be doing very well, and they were buried with other plants, and we dug one up. What's great is one of them actually had some of the morning glory that kind of planted itself. We did plant some, but it kind of planted itself in this, which is great. So we're putting this phlox all around, as well as, oh, I love that, as well as the morning glory stuck to it, which is kind of cool because it'll climb up and do a cool thing up here. We're grabbing some periwinkle from our garden at the top of the hill here that's kind of overgrown. So we have a ton of it. We're slowly working on clearing the area. So we're going to grab some periwinkle. So that'll also go in the window box. It is slowly growing up there on the hill, which is giving a good coverage, like a carpet of periwinkle, which is really lovely in the spring because you get tiny little purple flowers. And it won't disturb it too much by us doing that because there's so much of it growing like a carpet up there. It's good to thin it out sometimes. Giving a little life to this area here, and it's going to be so pretty when the morning glories grow, and also the phlox when they do grow. Now we've tried them in window boxes before, the phlox, so they may or may not take, but they seem to do well for a couple of years, and at that point we can switch them over. But for now it looks really nice. We're hoping it gets the right amount of sun that it needs here, but it really dressed up this very kind of empty, plain, dull area. Now it looks so much more lush and charming. We think. What do you think? So next we have the deck here. Well, as you may or may not know, if you've been following us for a while, we had this dilemma here, and we made a little deck, which was great. It made such a difference for us. We really loved it. This is actually one of our favorite spots to sit. I really wish we could tackle some of these cords hanging. Honestly, in the future, we're going to be getting some electrical done in the backyard, but for now, this is kind of what we have to do, which is not the best idea, but it's something that we can still plug in our pool, our filter for the pond. We have outlets here. We have, you know, when we use certain electrical things, we need the plug. So for now, it has to do. So what we have a problem now is because the deck that we made was from a free ramp, like a wheelchair ramp, someone was taking down and selling for free, actually, had gotten rid of it on Facebook Marketplace. And this was last year, and we were so excited, and it was great the whole time, but it started to slowly, at the end of the year last year, and also now this summer, we're really seeing that sap come up. It's really bubbling and kind of melting. It's very strange, and it's white and gucky. So Paul's going to see, first we're going to see if we can just flip it over. If it's something we can't do, then we'll have to replace these boards.
I took a break from the swimming pool. Sorry, I put on a quick paint smock over my bathing suit because this was bugging me. I was floating around in the pool and realized this was really bugging me. So we had picked this up on the side of the road for free, slightly bent, but it's otherwise in perfect condition. It's a little rusty, but it's not real bad, honestly. So I'm just gonna kind of clean it up, refresh it with some black paint. I'm not spray painting it. I'm gonna do this because I just want to do a little bit. So I'm gonna paint it on with a brush. And then this here, these were also on the side of the road. Someone was giving away these solar lights. So we had them out for a couple days to see if they would light up. We've discovered which ones will, which ones won't. But I want to remove one of these and put it somewhere else because I want to do a hanging pot with flowers right here. We had some flowers in our area at a local job lot on clearance, and they looked really great, the New Guinea impatiens. So I'm going to put those in a planter that we had laying around with it's like a seagrass or something inside. I'm going to get some soil from our own garden, and I'm going to plant that after. We're going to hang it there. So let's just quickly refresh this. Okay, so this is the planter I had. It got a little rusty sitting in the shed and being out in the weather through the years. So I'm just going to quickly touch it up. I don't have any spray paint on hand, and honestly, sometimes it's better to control when you have a paintbrush. I'm just refreshing it so it looks a little newer. A lot of times, paint will bring things back to life. Pretty hot day, so this should dry pretty fast. I'm going to just kind of brush the chain a little bit to get some of that rust out of there and the hook. Not that it totally needed it, but I just want to refresh it a little. Especially because I'm just touching up. A brush is fine, but obviously you probably would get a better job with the spray paint, but this is what I had on hand. We always try to use what's on hand first. Save some money. I'm just going to hang it here to let it air dry a bit for a few moments. Everything's nice and refreshed, and then once I feel like it's dry, I had said seagrass, but we believe it's like a coconut husk. So you've probably seen these in the market. They're very inexpensive, so we had an extra of those laying around, so along with the planter that was ours laying around. So we're going to just, when that dries, I'm going to put the coconut husk in there, and then I'm going to put some of our soil from our property, and then those couple of plants, small pot of New Guinea impatiens I'm going to put in there that we found at job lot on clearance. So going to do that. Once that dries, I'm going to give it a few moments. This is a table. We had a couple of these that we got from the Dollar Tree a couple years ago. This one's getting a little rusty. So while I have the black paint out, I'm just going to quickly paint over it. There'll be a few coats. I actually will like the color better. I didn't mind that bluish color. It's just I'm going for a different palette right now. Different design style. We're going to just touch it up. Okay, so now, not totally dry, but dry enough. I'm going to stick that in there. We've got some soil that we have right here on the property. And we have some of the clay pebbles in there. This other one's looking a little worse for the wear, but hopefully it'll come back a little bit. It might be a little tall for this. I'm going to try to break it up and mix it in there good. And I'm getting a little worried this might be a little heavy. We're going to have to check on it every so often. Let's hope we can bring this guy back a little bit, keeping it freshly watered. Alright, so we're going to see how it goes. It is leaning slightly, so we want to maybe get that in the ground a little bit, and we're going to watch over time how these plants are doing, but also the heaviness of it. We're going to see what happens. We love rescuing plants and flowers, and we want to see if it comes back to life. So let's see if we can help that come back to life a little. The heat's been a little intense on everything. All right, let's see what happens. And one last thing before this day is done, we're going to get some radishes replanted. We've already picked the first batch, and the thing with radishes is that you pick them and you have to replant more if you want more. So we do. As soon as you pick it, you can eat it. Separately, you can throw it in a salad, but what we love to do with it is roast them in the oven or saute them in a pan with butter, onion, and garlic, and those are fantastic. Radishes are so good for you.
Nice fast growers.
And they are, yes.
So the seedlings should pop up in about a week. And then a few weeks until they're ready to pick.
Yeah, we'll probably get a couple more rounds of radishes before the summer's totally over, which is fantastic. And maybe even another time into the fall. And this is how our vegetable garden is going so far. It's going really well. That's one part of it. While Paul's watering those radishes, I'm just showing you this side of it. We have a lot of stuff growing over here. We still have sage way at the back there, and we have all kinds of plants here, and tomatoes, of course. And these are all of our potatoes. And we had lettuce in there as well, but they're pretty much picked out. We could also redo that, do more lettuce, and we might before the summer's out. Just not this week. And these are a few other things in our raised bed. Right here, right outside our door. We have some mint on the stoop along with some flowers. Our fantastic blueberries. Don't mind that noise, that's the air conditioning. Hopefully in another year or so we can grab a good bargain on a good central air system. But for now we still have the ACs in the window and they work just fine. Here we have our raspberries. They're kind of dying out now. They're getting towards the end of the season for us, this variety. And they're kind of yellowing and starting to fizzle out a little bit and dry up. But we've had a good crop. Not like past years because we've dwindled them down to just this area here, like this L-shaped garden. We used to have rows and rows here in this area, but I really am loving the secret garden. So through the years, we'll let them plant more of themselves around for more raspberry bushes. One of the reasons we are called Brambleberry Cottage because of our blackberries and raspberries. We don't get the blackberries anymore, but we do plan on planting them at some point again, probably next year, but we still have those raspberries going strong. I know they're not super appealing right now, but they're fizzling out for the season. But we did get a really good crop this year. Honestly, much better through the years in the past, but this is still a good year. We have mint here and there, which they're looking kind of fizzled out now, and really sparse, but because we just picked some, we'll be doing that many times throughout the summer. It'll be really full again in a matter of weeks, and then we do it again because we use it for in recipes. We also dry it for tea, like a mint tea, and boy, that lasted us all of fall, winter, and spring. And actually we just finished our batch of it probably about maybe a month ago, if that. So it really does last a long time. One thing that's not doing so great is our rhubarb this year, and I really do believe it's in the wrong spot. So it's just time to maybe move it to a different spot. But these are okay. We did get one batch, and I do see we're ready to pick some more, but I'm concerned about the yellow leaves. If any of you know what this is, please let me know with the brown spots, because we really want to fix that. And then of course we have two over there that I think we're going to move to a different spot, and I'm really hoping that does it. If you know anything about rhubarb, you have any idea what this could be and how to fix it, please let us know. Please write in the comments. We'd love to know. Thank you so much.